Eamon Javers has more on the group behind the attack, and there's a lot to learn still. Hey, Eamon.
Yeah, Carl, that's right. And in fact, we have some breaking news here on this group. The group is called DarkSide. They are allegedly the group behind this attack on the pipeline that's caused so much disruption here on the East Coast of the United States. They have posted a new statement now on the dark web. That statement was obtained from the dark web this morning by the cybersecurity firm Cyber out of Boston. They have turned it over to us. Here is what this hacking group is now saying in the wake of all of this publicity about this damaging attack. They say, "We are apolitical. We do not participate in geopolitics, do not need to tie us with a defined government and look for our motives. Our goal is to make money and not creating a problem for society. From today, we introduce moderation and check each company that our partners want to encrypt to avoid social consequences in the future." Carl, this reads like a semi-apology from the hackers here who say they don't want to have social consequences. And in the future, we're going to be more moderate and we're going to check with our partners to see who it is that they're attacking. Remember that this group, DarkSide, is a group that operates the malware and then sells that malware to other hackers who then conduct attacks. You can read this statement as maybe a bit of a split between the original developers of the malware and the people who actually carried out this attack on the oil pipeline. So let's take a look at who these guys are, what we know so far. This coming from Cyber, which has been doing some analysis of this entity. They target English-speaking countries. They avoid former Soviet bloc nations, so that gives you a big clue potentially as to who they are. They have a code of conduct. They're sort of trying to position themselves as ethical hackers, even though they're stealing all this information and stealing all this money. They also operate in a highly professional way. The group has a help desk to help facilitate negotiations with their victims, and they claim to donate a portion of the stolen fund to charities, although some of the charities have rejected those donations. They've also threatened NASDAQ-listed companies with cyber attacks, and the idea potentially being that they could sell tips to hackers about companies that have been hacked and are about to experience a cyber attack, so those hackers could then short the stock and get ahead of any disruption. So a wide variety of criminal activities under this DarkSide umbrella. But we have this new statement this morning, Carl, from the group that appears to express some remorse for what's happened here with the Colonial Pipeline, and does appear that you've got some angsty hackers over there trying to figure out the implications of what they have done and all the attention that it has now received around the world. Carl, back over to you guys.
Eamon, it's so fascinating. I mean, I can imagine someone who works in operations at a mid-Atlantic airport scrambling to get jet fuel today. They might say, color me skeptical that you don't want social consequences.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, right? I mean, this is a criminal gang posting a note on the dark web suggesting that they have remorse for some of the enormous damage that they have done, and suggesting that they're going to put in place new procedures of moderation, and they'll work more closely with what they're calling partners. What they're talking about when they talk about partners is other criminals that they sell this malware to as a service, and then the other criminals are conducting the attacks. You could, surmise from this that the people who developed this malware are upset with the people who conducted the attacks, and they're actually two separate groups. But we can't lean too far into this because obviously these are criminals posting on the dark web, and you got to assume that they're potentially lying.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.